How come Spider-Man's face is on this comic that he's not in? Comics were initially sold in drugstores and at newsstands. They were usually in a big stack or on a spinner rack. Prices were mostly on the corners. These stores would return their unsold copies just like they would do with magazines and newspapers, and they would get money back for returning them. Comic companies would lose a lot of money this way. So in the late 70s, they introduced direct sales. You could buy a bunch of copies directly from the comic company, and you weren't allowed to return them, but in exchange, you got 50% off. That's pretty good. Great deal for retailers, but not small newsstands who need to move things fast. So they continued with their normal ways. All the copies looked identical, even the discounted ones. So slimy businessmen would still return the discounted ones to get a full refund. To get around this, Marvel had to differentiate. So you had two types, direct and newsstand. At the same time, barcodes were first introduced. And because they're absolute monsters, they decided to put the barcode on the front of the comic over the art. What were they doing? So they would start crossing out the barcode if it was a direct sale. Later, editor-in-chief at Marvel, Jim Shooter, had the idea of turning this little space into an art piece. So he started having Spidey's head in there. This also served as a branding opportunity because you could see it's a Marvel comic instantly. Marvel started playing with this concept. Spidey changed suits to his black suit, so he changed on there. But also they would do anniversary bits like this 50th, this X-Men 30th, which I love. DC also copied the practice, and they would put little statements. DC aren't just for kids. Also, they would do credits, which was kind of weird. That means the ones with the barcode wouldn't have credit on them. Then in the 90s, comic shops started popping up, and they got really annoyed that they couldn't scan the comic. So Marvel returned the barcode for direct sales. And this time, they just put a nice little note on this as direct. So if you collect older comics, be on the lookout for direct or newsstand versions. They can actually change the value. Here's some of my favorite. Love this one, $29.99. I love this facepalm Spidey. This one's my absolute favorite. And which one do you like? Follow Sir Comics a lot.